Hi folks, Ray here. I'm going to give you the nickel tour that I promised you. And I'm going to start out here in the barn and introduce you to my two pets. This one is Boogie. She's a little quarter horse paint mare. She was born in my barn. She's the only horse I raised up as a baby. Because the camera is red, she thinks it's an apple, obviously. And this guy here is Smokey. And Smokey's my black Tennessee Walker gelding. He thinks it's time to eat. But I got a surprise for him. It's not. Nowhere near supper time. It's hard to film a black horse in the dark area, but anyway, yeah, maybe that'd be better. I know you're hungry. What's new? Anyways, that's Smokey. He's a good boy. And it's a little cold up here, western New York. There's my driveway down to the road. There's the cabin. For what it's worth, it's a long ways from being done. I'll eventually get it finished on the outside. My little birdie friends here. I feed the birds. In fact, there's a hawk having a fit over there. If you can see it or not. Anyway, see if I can get you some. Come on, guys. It's getting cold out here. There we go. See them guys or not. The local resident geese flying around. We used to never have geese in the wintertime. It's really bizarre to hear them and see them. Anyway. These guys can eat me out of house and home in sunflower seeds. Anyway, my old truck. There's the horse barn, the pasture that's out there, and I'm going back in. It's freezing out here. The first thing I want to show you is I got one of those old Honda EU 2000i's. Got an external battery charger. 3-bank deep cycle battery. They're all built into this little outside porch. It's plenty well vented. Never had any problem with fumes. I got one of those 250-gallon water totes built in underneath there. It's boxed in and insulated. And now we're inside where it's nice and warm again. Ooh. Hey, alright. I got one of those little, 30,000 BTU through wall vented propane heaters. Does a very nice job of keeping it toasty in here. But it is a very well insulated cabin. The dimensions are 20 wide, 30 long. I'm a bit of an antique lover, so you'll see a lot of interesting things. Here's one of my pieces of artwork. It's a painting of an ocean, sunset in the ocean and all that. Over here is my old Finley Oval cook stove. I've been wanting one of these stoves since I was 18 years old, and I finally got my hands on one. I bought it from a lady out of Canada. Ottawa, Canada. It was quite an adventure in itself to go get it. It also does a great job of heating the place. I'm not running it today. Here's one of my jelly cabinets, as I call them. Parents, kids, grandkids. Here's a painting of a portrait of that little paint mare I just showed you, Boogie, and her mother. It was a fun one. Bathroom. Over here is one of my Alaska lake and mountain scene. I want to show you. This is the light fixtures that I got throughout the cabin. All my lights are 12 volt DC. They run off that battery bank I showed you. I'm running a combination of these 13 watt fluorescent bulbs, and I have some LEDs that are like a 60-70 watt light bulb, but they only consume 5 watts. As you can see, I got some birdhouses that I built. They're just for decoration. And if you can see, I do like the punch tin look. That's a lantern that I built from a pattern that I got. Some old oil lamps. There's an old it's a candle mold, which I've attempted to make candles out of beeswax. It was a fun project too. Here's an interesting item. I don't know if you can see this or not, but these are bricks that I took out of the old house that I had, and I had an old 1840s house, and they filled the walls with a soft brick material, thinking it was an insulation value. And when I remodeled it, I had to remove all these bricks, and I had this couple of these bricks with a cat's footprint in it. So it's kind of unique thinking that that cat walked across them back around 1840. That's the part of the house that was built then. The back section was actually even earlier, like 1810s, 1820s. Table and chairs, a couple out here anyways. Here's that RV gas range that I bought. 3-burner oven. Works very well. No bells or whistles. There's no electric involved. Here I have a couple of 120 volt outlets wired up to the generator and a couple of 12 volt outlets wired up to the 12 volt bank. I use the phone charger there and a fan, and as you can see, the roof of the house or the cabin is covered right now with snow, but I do like the hunter green, so I got hunter green cabinet or countertop. In this corner is my microwave and my toaster. I also have a couple of battery chargers for my power tools. And this thing here is my 12 volt water pump. It pulls the water out of that 250 gallon tank I showed you just outside that wall. And this wall was vented into that cavity so that the heat from the cabin can keep that water from freezing. It's kind of an experiment, and so far so good, but we really haven't seen temperatures drop down into the teens yet. So it might be tonight, might be the first test for that. And then we're going to go into the big room now. This room's 18 feet long, 20 feet wide. Here's my big old table that I built. It took me forever to find all those chairs. They're all kind of bought individually from here and there, and they're called bolster back chairs. Another one of my paintings. And these windows, Michelle picked these curtains out. I don't know if you can see that or not. Very nice country look. There's my easel waiting to start on another painting one of these days. I kind of use this room as / bedroom, dining room, living room. We have a DVD player, CD player, TV. I kind of like the Amish quilt look, you know. My carpet. Nice big throw rug. This is a painting that my daughter did a few years back, well, many few years back, in 5th grade. What is she, 31 now? I guess it was quite a few years back. Here's her painting rendition of the ocean scene, sunset ocean scene. This is my entertainment corner. I got a stereo, CD player, the speakers built in. There and across to the room there. This is one of those fangled LED TVs. They're only an inch wide. You just hang them on a wall like a picture. Here's the one spot that's yet to be finished. This little propane fireplace is going to be built into a stone fireplace with a mantel and all stone wall. That's probably next summer's project. It's all sitting out in the barn waiting to get started. So lastly but leastly, my bathroom. Got a little vanity and my homemade bucket toilet. I've got one of those little washer dryer combination gadgets. Works pretty good for me. I don't know if you can see that or not. I guess not. One of my jelly cabinets. I have the computer on wires in here. Oh well. Ain't much to see. Here's my one-piece bathtub. We had a Lowe's department store, a hardware store, went out of business here near town, a nearby town. So I got a great deal on it. This is that L5 EcoTemp hot water heater. It works very well. I have it hooked up to the bath for a shower, and to the sink here for hot water. That works very well. Anyway, so that about wraps it up for my nickel tour. So I'm gonna say so long, folks, and thanks for coming along on my little tour. Bye bye.